And it's no surprise Leigh Waters, the #1 women's player in the world, likes to attack, and she has a deadly backhand that you're going to have to pay attention to. She's about ready to get started on championship court. Again, Cameron Irwin alongside Dave Fleming. Leigh Waters, just 15 years old, and she'll have your first serve. And that's the first miss right there. Her partner, Ben Johns, the #1 men's player in the world. Just give a little bit of a quick update as to how pickleball takes place in kind of that 2-bounce rule, because it's critical.
Yeah, so you're going to serve the ball cross-court into the opposing rectangle behind that no volley zone or kitchen, and the return has to bounce. So there will be no serving and volleying today, Cameron. That would be a fault. And then you cannot go into that appropriately called no volley zone to volley the ball. If it bounces, you can certainly go in there.
And that's Jessie Irvine just with a speed-up miss. Her partner, Riley Newman, will now have the serve. So there it is, a 2-side-out game. Both you and your partner must lose a rally while you have the serve for the ball to then be sided out to the other side. You can only score points when you have serve.
And that's what enables pickleball to have all these wild runs and comebacks, because once you get the ball, sort of like old school basketball, make it, take it, you can keep it for as long as you've got it.
All right, so now it is 1 apiece. Great defense from Leigh Waters. Out of Delray Beach, Florida, she nearly turns defense into offense, but you got to be kidding me. That's impressive play.
I mean, beautiful recess, and then came flying in there to try and finish.
Point.
And then the easier way to get a point is to have your opponent miss a return.
2-1-2.
2-1-2, so you will hear the serving team score first, the opposing team or the returning team score second, and then the third number is the first or second server. The poach from Leigh.
Yeah, and that's what we call a shake and bake, meaning your partner drives or drops that return, and you go chasing, hunt it down. It's got a target, lock in, and Leigh Waters does that better than anybody.
Here's a look at a third shot drop from Ben Johns. Couple good forehand rolls, dinking from Leigh Waters until the speed up.
Yeah, and this is the traditional mixed doubles positioning as well. The male player is usually on the left side of the court to have his forehand in the middle, but you will see teams fluctuate because these ladies have humongous two-handed backhands in the middle. It's a weapon you can put there as well.
Speaking of weapons, there's one such weapon.
Yeah, Leigh Waters is like, bring it, Riley. I'm good. I got a birthday coming up. I'm going to be driving. I'm going to be 16.
There's a look at an ATP around the post. And that's one of the fun aspects of pickleball is you can play well outside the actual net posts and hit around. You can also do that in tennis. Many people don't realize that.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often. And Jessie Irvine is one of the best at doing that, and sometimes you're not sure, how do I cover that beautiful ball from Jessie.
Second serve.
And a missed third right there. So there's a couple different ways you can approach a third shot. Either it's a third shot drop or a third shot drive. There's also a hybrid now. It's a little bit of mix of the two.
Side out.
Yeah, and you wonder when you put the best male and the best female together, how is that going to work out? They became a partnership last year. They lost one match the entire season. That's how good this worked out.
There is the lefty. And by the way, he's not left-handed. He's still carrying the paddle in his left hand. Incredible play from Riley Newman, who just turned into a southpaw.
Second serve.
Yeah, he is probably the best all-around athlete. He's got the offense, the defense, the strange paddle grip that he has that is not a typical tennis grip. He's got what we call a pancake grip, and he will go lefty. And he did, and he just wants pressure.
Riley Newman was a basketball and tennis player growing up. Played at Seattle University, where he played singles and doubles in tennis. Wanted to become a professional basketball referee, and then instead found the game of pickleball, and we're grateful for it. He's a fantastic athlete. Great competitors. Leigh Waters finds the sideline.
And she found the outside edge of the sideline there and got it. And that's how you keep that guy who wants to be aggressive in the middle, honest. Beautiful ball from young Leigh Waters.
Defense from Riley Newman, but the pressure is just too much from Leigh Waters and Ben Johns.
7-3-1.
Ben Johns is 23 years old. Look at that. Again, poaching across with the backhand.
And the quality of the third shot drop before that that's making Riley Newman's paddle go down, hit the ball up, and then Leigh on a mission to find it.
Good depth on that return from Jessie Irvine. Oh, tricky. He sees Leigh in front of him, and he attacks. So at 8-3, the #1 seed is doing very well. Leigh Waters and Ben Johns have a steady lead here in game 1. You've probably seen it on the national headlines. The growth of pickleball across America. Over 36.5 million people tried pickleball last year alone, or at least played once. This growth has been a major factor in building the PPA Tour, the Carvana PPA Tour. And rightly so, just an incredible game to witness as you are currently witnessing the mixed doubles gold medal match. Just off the net cord.
Sat there for a while. You heard Riley Newman yelling, "Let that one go." It's that ball right there he felt was out, and then, come on, man.
Oh, everyone's feeling that. If you played pickleball before, you know how much that one hurts.
Yeah, and missed returns hurt as well. That's 3 missed returns, and we're at a game point already.
Ooh, close for Leigh. She knows it. About 2 inches of difference, and that would have gone her direction.
Yeah, the court's 44 feet long by 20 feet wide, so you got to find a much smaller area than a tennis court.
How about that angle? Watch out in the stands. Ben Johns is coming for you.
Yeah, we might want to check the ball to see if it's still in that beautiful round shape. That is hammered.
Ben Johns misses the return, so now 10-4.
Same guy.
Same guy.
4-10-2.
Oh, that is some deception. That's a huge part of the game of pickleball. How can you show one thing and execute another?
Yeah, it's like a breakaway in hockey where you want to have them make the first move, and Riley Newman made the first move, and Ben just waited.
Game 11.
And there is game #1 for Leigh Waters and Ben Johns. I think Jessie Irvine and Riley Newman need to find a little bit of something special here in game #2 in this new partnership. The Johns brothers, true innovators in the game. Right now, we've seen Ben Johns take game number 1 alongside Leigh Waters. We'll be back with game number 2 from the Hyundai Masters after this. The mixed doubles final is underway, and it's time to get into game number 2. Cameron Irwin alongside Dave Fleming. Jessie Irvine gets us started as she's partnered alongside Riley Newman. On the opposing side, Leigh Waters and Ben Johns, who picked up game 1, 11-4.
1-0-2.
And full patience right there. I like the focus from Jessie Irvine.
You do.
So a little debate about that ball, and we are going to get a video challenge here, Cam.
Johns is challenging the out call. The out call leaves us at 2-0-2.
So at 2-0-2, we are going to have a video challenge on that out call. Right now, our officials here on the PPA Tour, who have done a fantastic job not only calling each of our finals, but also they heard at this Masters event, 1,200 amateurs have been taking place all at the same time. So pickleball doesn't just grow at the professional level, it's also expanding like wildfire at the amateur level. And man, it's been so fun to watch it over the past few years. The evolution of the game comes heavily at the hand of those two individuals right there.
No doubt. I mean, you see youngsters walk up to her. People went for Halloween as Leigh Waters, young ladies did. That's so much fun. She was one of Forbes 30 for 30 athletes. We're talking with Joel Embiid and other superstars from the world of sports, and deservingly so.
So let's listen to the call. I think they are still conferring, but to your point, yeah, she picked up the game at 13 years old. Or excuse me, she picked up the game much before that while visiting her grandparents. She became a pro at 13 years old, very young, just now 15 years old, as she finds herself on top of the pickleball world. She had 8 Triple Crowns last year. Here's a look at Jessie Irvine. Jessie was actually a tennis player. She was attending some prestigious tennis academies in Florida by the age of 13. She now trains out of Los Angeles. The courts of Piccadilly is a great place to go, where she spends a significant amount of her time. She attended UCLA and dealt with a little bit of some health issues through her tennis career. So instead, she found the game of pickleball, and that has really changed her life for the better now, being able to compete at the highest level.
The out call stands. As a result of the lost challenge, Waters and Johns are charged the video challenge timeout. We resume play at 2-0-2. Newman and Irvine serving.
So you hear the results of the challenge. Great job by our referees, making sure we've got it right. So Jessie Irvine will serve. Again, another evolution of the game, having the ability to have calls challenged, making sure we're getting everything right here on the PPA Tour. And that is called a firefight, and you can understand why, the ball traveling so quickly.
And that's why people love mixed doubles. They love that exchange between men and women, all on the same court, all staring each other down, and that one goes for Newman and Irvine.
Oh my, so close.
After smoking a ball like that earlier, just a little soft touch from Ben Johns.
0-3-1.
See Leigh right now playing off the kitchen line. Gives her a little bit more time to counter that ball.
And counter she did with the two-handed backhand there.
Especially in mix, giving a little more space off the kitchen line too, to allow your partner to step over with their forehand. And that's the cross-court speed up. Leigh Waters finding the valley between her opponents.
Yeah, that's one of those where Jessie Irvine's ready with her two-handed backhand behind it, but it is the Newman paddle that gets in front.
It's also the Newman paddle that gets it done in that rally. Big time overheads.
Yeah, unlike tennis where you can bounce an overhead into the 50th row of the stand, you cannot do that with the plastic Onyx Durafast 40 plastic ball, like a wiffle ball that is used.
Fun fact about Riley Newman, he actually was born and raised in Whidbey Island, Washington, just about 47 miles from the origin of pickleball in Bainbridge Island.
Yeah, you got to take the ferry over, and then you can actually see the very first pickleball court. So if you're a pickleball aficionado, go check it out if you're in the PN Dub.
29 years old, it's Riley Newman. Ooh, that's some court coverage from Ben Johns. Ben Johns now residing in Austin, Texas. We mentioned he's originally out of Maryland.
Yes, a terrapin and a mechanical engineer, so he has a lot of say in the very paddle that he is wielding.
Nice step in from Riley Newman. That's the Perseus, though, in the hands of Ben Johns. He's working with Yola to be able to create that paddle. Test it out.
Yeah, the table tennis fans watching know that name. They came into pickleball last year, and why not come with the #1 player in the world?
Annalie Waters, though, stepping in front. Just not enough on that last shot.
3, 2, 1.
And a helpful bounce for Jessie Irvine.
Yeah, they'll take it. You know, they've already matched their score from game #1 here. They'll take every fortuitous bounce that's available.
Great touch from Riley Newman. Oh my goodness, Annalie Waters, the fist pump finish.
And that's what you have to deal with when you play against these two. Tremendous defense from Irvine and Newman, but they just couldn't get the ball to bounce so they could advance to the non-volley or kitchen, and then they get a fist pump.
Dink rally continues. Just about every inch of that kitchen has been covered in this one. Jessie speeds up first. She's first to give up the willpower to stay within the dink rally. And you just gotta wait, says Riley Newman. You can see it after this play. And again, creating some opportunities. Annalie Waters, the lob. That was a new aspect in 2022 in the game of pickleball, or at least more highly utilized in the game last year. And there's the backhand flick. What most people don't realize is when these dink rallies are going on, each one of these contacts, whether it's a slice or roll, is creating different types of spin that each of these athletes is having to deal with.
For sure, and you are not just trying to just hit the ball over safely. You are trying to do damage. You're trying to move your opponents sideways, open up a shot in the middle, open up a shot to the sideline. If you bring them together, you have a new partnership in Irvine and Newman. How do they work out the middle? These are all calculated. At the recreational level, we just want to get it in.
Without a doubt. Here's a look at a third shot drop from Leigh.
Second serve.
A little bit high on that side.
Timeout.
So after that, it's going to be time to take a little bit of a break here from Rancho Mirage, Mission Hills Country Club. We'll be back with more. The Hyundai Masters, the first stop on the Carvana PPA Pickleball Tour in 2023. 25 total stops. So we have a full year of pickleball coming your direction. There's also a new partnership between the PPA and the MLP. So that means more pro players coming in to the same tours. It's very exciting times in the pickleball world. Now 60 touring pros on the PPA Tour. And squashing that is Leigh Waters as we're in game 2 of the mixed doubles final.
And what we've seen so far in this last few points is the team that speeds it up first is speeding it up at the wrong time and getting crushed. Got to take the right ball.
You can hear some frustration from Jessie Irvine.
Yeah, she backed off the line a little bit and then took a huge swing at the ball that was right in front of her face. You just want to punch that.
Quick hands, the out call.
Yeah, Riley Newman will scare you. If you're his partner, you better be able to handle loud screams at a moment's notice. He wants you to get that paddle the heck out of the way. Jessie did right there. And then maybe that noise is reverberating in her ears because she missed the serve.
As a reminder, we play best 3 out of 5. Here's the left hand again of Riley Newman. Ooh, you get a little lucky there.
Getting a lot lucky there, Cameron. I mean, that's, you know, this ball coming up here for Ben Johns is absolutely going to be put away 90 out of 100, but that's one of the 10.
6-7 now. So grabbing a few extra are Irvine and Newman. Great job by Jessie reaching into that kitchen. And then Riley takes over. A better job by Jessie not allowing those forehand rolls of Leigh Waters to get away from her.
Yeah, and she's given room for Riley Newman to come in and put pressure on, and that's what's gotten them tied up here.
So 7 apiece. It's been about a trade of about 3 consecutive points each direction.
7-7-1.
And you see that signal that Jessie Irvine is giving her partner. That's to say, I'm going over to the right side where I've been all day long.
Call that a stack in pickleball.
Right foot was in before it came back. Point.
And a foot fault called. Again, you cannot take the ball out of the air while stepping on the kitchen line or within the kitchen line. A little bit of a tight one there. Jessie playing just slightly off the kitchen line on the backhand side now. They are switched. And she lifts that up. That was not the speed up she was looking for. She lofted that right to the right shoulder of Leigh Waters.
Yeah, and Lee's hands are quick enough to get out of that backhand grip and just smush that. The reason they kept her over there is they don't want to risk her running all the way over. They will with Riley, however.
Lightning quick hands and an epic finish from Ben Johns.
And this is what this team can do to you. You feel like, oh, we got a lead, there's something good going on, and then you look up and it's what? Game point against? That's the pace and the pressure they put on you from the second the match starts.
Well, you said it, Dave. Game point for Leigh Waters and Ben Johns. Leigh with the pressure, Ernie. She sets up her partner beautifully. 11-7, game 2 goes to the #1 seed.
Yeah, they got pushed in the middle of that, and then part of that was due to errors, and then part of that is just them being able to dictate play, push them off, not let Riley Newman be comfortable. That's why they're the top seed.
#1 team just 1 away. Welcome back to game number 3 of the mixed doubles final here at the Hyundai Masters, the first event in 2023 on the Carvana PPA Tour. Some work needs to be done by Riley Newman and Jessie Irvine as they now trail by 2 games. Cameron Irwin alongside Dave Fleming, and that's a good start if you're Jessie and Riley.
And an even better start if you're going to get a gift like that. They have to play their absolute best. No mistakes coming up here. Get Riley involved. Jessie up on the line, taking advantage of the right opportunity to speed it up.
So what is the right opportunity?
Well, that one is certainly it, and it's a ball that's sitting there that you have options, so you can both disguise and attack. It's got to be up, and she did a great job there.
Second serve.
Sometimes, though, now, especially at this professional level, the top of the top, it's creating opportunities even when you don't think they exist.
Exactly. As long as your paddle position looks similar, you can speed it up from tough places.
You have to be weary, though, because the counterattacks are so deadly. It's almost like a boxer, right? You become vulnerable once you speed that up. Maybe you're just off balance. You become slightly vulnerable for that counterattack. It also compounds the power and pace. There's the poach from Leigh Waters. Squashing that like a bug is Riley Newman.
And that's the advantage of the grip he has. He has a very heavy forehand grip. You see it in the middle there. That's a ball he loves to finish.
Side up.
So this is a nice start. They had a nice start to game 2. We're up a little bit and then just couldn't sustain it.
Incredible get from Riley there, defending that cross-body attack from Ben Johns.
Yeah, made the harder of the 2 balls there.
He did. 0-2, and another. So 2 gifts from Leigh and Ben Johns.
Yeah, and Ben Johns stares a hole through the Perseus paddle there. It's the paddle's fault. Always. We always look at our paddle. It's got to be the paddle's fault.
He's the one that invented it.
Exactly.
Ben Johns patrolling the whole kitchen line at this point. Oh, just off the toe of that gamma paddle of Riley Newman.
He did an unbelievable job of fighting to stay in the point, and then actually had a chance for an offensive shot and towed it.
Second serve.
So many of these paddles, too, come in different shapes, sizes, lengths of handles. So it's important to figure out which weapon is the one that's right for you. Many of them now turning to carbon faces or carbon construction to create a little bit more like strings of a tennis racket.
Yeah, and I think that's the message to everybody. There's not a right way to play pickleball. There's a right way for you to play pickleball. So pick what paddle works best for you. You know, some of these with 2-handed backhand want the longer grip.
Like Riley Newman.
Absolutely.
That's a nice ding from Jessie Irvine right there.
Yeah, there's different weights. There's, you know, the beauty of this sport is there's just so many options. It's easy to get involved, jump out there and go.
Yeah, they do weaponize those paddles that much more, even adding weight to the edges of the paddle. A little bit more pace. As you take a look at this replay, Ben Johns again dictating terms in game number 3. Can they continue the trek even though they trail by 2. Riley Newman and Jessie Irvine find themselves in a steady position here in game 3, up by 2 points. Cameron Irwin alongside Dave Fleming. And Riley Newman, Jessie Irvine find themselves against a very strong opponent in this gold medal match here for the mixed doubles final for the Masters, presented by Hyundai as well as Invited.
Yeah, okay. Little TV timeout. We've got a lead. Let's build on it here. Let's do our best stuff. You can run a play here. Where do we want to put the third, and how do we get Riley Newman in there? That's what they need to do here.
Well, and I'm glad that you mentioned the word play, Dave, because if you're new to pickleball, you might be wondering, trying to make sense of all of these dinks, the directions, the speed ups, the counterattacks. Yes, there are plays in pickleball now, and it really depends on the angles and the possibility of where the ball could go based off of the grips, the location, the speed in which all these attacks can take shape.
Yeah, because the way your opponent presents themselves to you is your target. If they sit heavy to their backhand side, you want to hit their paddle side hit, and vice versa. Riley Newman's the opposite, so you want to go to the other side of his hip. Some people are way better off a ball that bounces, others like it in the air. You just have to know.
Riley Newman trying to find the ATP there, just well outside of the court.
Yeah, that's the danger of putting a big looping topspin on a ball, but that one got far enough where he couldn't track it down.
There's the rhythmic dinking of Annalie Waters. And Riley Newman takes a shot and stares those eyes straight across the net.
Yeah, his gaze did not change its location there, did it?
No, it did not.
So you see, Riley Newman's trying to urge Jessie Irvine on, such a talented player. They are new as a partnership, and that's the other thing working against them here. Ben and Annalie have a full year of domination in their belt to just sort of reach back to if it gets a little tough.
Well, and it's interesting. You think just about a month ago to the Bubbly Team at Championships on the PPA Tour, and it was the opposite matchup, right? You had Annalie Waters alongside Riley Newman,
yes,
and Jessie Irvine was alongside Ben Johns. Jessie played lights out. It was incredible to watch.
Yeah, and it's fun when we have some of those special events on tour to see how this happens and how it works when it's mixed up.
So all these athletes have the opportunity to change partners between events, but many have committed to playing with one person for the year. Great defense, Annalie. Ooh, beautifully done from the 15-year-old Annalie Waters.
And that's where you have to make this next ball. And you hear about all the offense from Johns and Waters, but they can play defense better than anybody as well.
I mean, right now, they're just getting everything. They were down 1-3. Now they find themselves at 5-4.
And then you get a little frustrated. How many winners do I have to hit on this point? There are 4 or 5 balls I thought I put away, and they're coming back.
Play's never over. Third shot drive from Ben Johns. Jessie Irvine again reaching in. Ball out of bounds, but that's one of the ways that you can offset that heavy topspin roll from Annalie.
Yeah, you take time away too. So not only do you not let it bounce, but it comes back to Annalie a little quicker. It's a smart play by Jessie Irvine. And that's just unfortunate. And now Jessie looks up to the heavens and shoulders are slumped as the net, that Selkirk net, gets in the way.
That one you just got it right off. Move forward, nothing you can do there. And a good leave, Riley Newman.
Yeah, if he's going to be yelling at his partners all day to leave it, he better leave it when he's got the opportunity. He does there, and that feels really good for Jessie Irvine to be able to clobber a ball after that net cord.
Leigh doing the windmill to get out of the way.
Yeah, a little pirouette there, and letting balls go and getting out of the way is a big part of pickleball, unlike tennis where that's rarely a factor.
She went full helicopter on us.
Yep, and if it hits the ponytail, it's the other team's point, so you got to get that out of the way as well.
Oh man, I'll be cutting my ponytail short after this. Lob lands. You can see that landed right on the baseline with the bounce it took. Oh, and that's just mean, Ben Johns, taking the pace off, adding a ton of spin. This ball doesn't bounce. Take a look.
Yeah, and you saw Jessie Irvine well off the court, so that gave a much bigger space that Riley Newman had to cover.
Woo, that's wicked quick hands from all parties.
Yeah, but it's Ben Johns, the one that's hitting down throughout the point and finishes. And the frustration is mounting with Waters and Johns just pushing the pace.
So yet another surge from Leigh Waters and Ben Johns, the #1 team in the world, who now have a solid advantage in game 3. They take this one. They take the Masters trophy.
Second serve.
I think that one got away from her.
Yeah, a couple of those here, but comfortable lead. And if you do it when you're serving, it doesn't dent the scoreboard because you can only score a point when you serve. So that is a time when you can be more aggressive.
Well, that one actually might have dented the scoreboard with how hard she hit it.
That's a great point.
Ben Johns again closing middle.
All kinds of ways to dent the scoreboard.
9-4. And so much room as Riley Newman starts to shift middle. The backside is available.
Yeah, and you can see how the new partnership is just a little disjointed. When both paddles go for a ball, that's a problem. Here goes match point.
And Jessie tries to take a shot right there, and that is the match. 11-4, 11-7, and 11-4 again. Big hugs from Leigh Waters to Ben Johns as they are your Masters mixed doubles champions.
Yeah, they were in control for most of the day. They've been in control since they became a partnership. They're the best two players in the world, and when the best two players in the world are playing at the top of their game, unfortunately, for those of us that want more pickleball, if it's best 3 out of 5, there's only going to be 3.
Just beautifully played from the 23 and 15-year-old. Hugs to Leigh Waters as well, Lee's traditional women's doubles partner, and also her mother. So big hugs and family celebration for those two. You got to go hats off, though, to Jessie Irvine and Riley Newman, who had a fantastic tournament and then just came up against the buzzsaw of Leigh Waters and Ben Johns.
Yeah, in the semifinals that was on Friday, they played an incredible match against the eventual bronze medalists, Vivian David and Thomas Wilson. So a nice start to the year for a new partnership here.
Yes, but a fantastic start to a steady partnership, and Ben Johns and Leigh Waters, they are now standing alongside the third member of our crew, Hannah Johns. All right, Hannah, take it away.
That's right. Welcome back to Championship Court, where we have just crowned our winners, Leigh Waters, Ben Johns. Guys, congratulations. You look so good out there together. You were playing impeccable pickleball, able to finish this one in 3. What was working so well?
Well, you know, I've said it once and I'll say it again. You just let Baby Waters be Baby Waters and good things happen. But yeah, I think we played aggressively, which is the norm. Ball feels good out here. Amazing crowd, amazing tournament. So yeah, I think everything was clicking.
Well, Anna-Leigh, Ben, you're both vying for the triple crown here today. Ben, you are 2 of 3 now. Anna-Leigh, you are 1 of 3. You've got 2 more matches to prepare for. How do you go from division to division and get your head on straight for each of those matchups?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. The night before, I try not to think about all the matches I have the next day and just enjoy it. But when I wake up in the morning, whatever I first, whether it be mixed, women's, or singles, I try to just think about that one match and what I have to do to prepare for that one match. And then after that's over, I work on the next. But I try not to think ahead and think about all 3.
Well, guys, we have been watching pickleball evolve before our very eyes over the last few years, especially at the pro level. What do you want to see new come into the sport?
You know, I'm really just along for the ride. You never really can guess what's coming next for pickleball. It's been a wild few years. It's progressed in so many ways and amazing ways. So I can't really anticipate it because it's got a mind of its own, but I'm very excited for whatever comes.
Well, guys, the most important moment is here. You get to hoist that trophy. We're going to bring it Ches and Dan on court now from Invited to present it to you. Dan.
I know that I speak on behalf of all of the members here at Mission Hills and the spectators that have come out to watch you. Thank you very much for just an absolutely great weekend of pickleball. We appreciate all you've done. And on behalf of Hyundai and Invited Clubs, we'd like to present you with this trophy. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Cameron, take us away.
So your champions have been crowned for mixed doubles. It's Anna-Leigh Waters and Ben Johns. Will they continue their trek through 2023 as deadly as a force as they were just a year ago? I don't know if that's what you're looking for, Ben Johns, but why not?
That's
take a
their
bite of the
theme.
glass.
Every time they win, they take that picture. So, okay, that's what they love to do.
Well, it's been so fun to witness them on this mixed doubles matchup as they now have the trophy, and Hannah mentioned it very, very well. So we have gotten through this one so quickly, and there are multiple finals happening on this championship Sunday. We get a chance to head to the women's final now. That will be coming up just after this.